You're Marcus, right?
That's right.
How many threes did Marcus make last year?
A percentage of 26.
Want to know why they're leaving you open? It's because they don't think you could hit the ocean from the beach.
Yo, he just spit facts at your ass, bruh.
There's plenty of things in this movie that, you know, I've experienced recovering from alcoholism. I got divorced. They're kind of everyday, you know, events, really. I mean, they happen to a lot of people. They're hard, and you got to work your way through them. The real inspiration, the real kind of like surprise for me on this came from working with these young guys. I wanted to earn their respect for real, like as a person, because I didn't think it would be convincing as a coach if they just thought I was like a jerk.
My character was kind of hard-headed, bullheaded. He kind of had a problem with authority, which I feel like a lot of kids, you know, have in high school. Maybe they're not the best in class, or they have problems going on at home and they react out in public. That's how they lash out.
For me, my character was kind of a big jokester and a clown, and I think that, you know, he kind of was able to learn, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. You know, he, you know, kind of pulled him and told him, you know, this is how, you know, you create a culture of winning, you know what I mean? And once you create the culture of winning and start winning games, then that's when you have the opportunity to celebrate the big game.
There is something really valuable about like the way that young men, when they bond and work together and show, as Melvin said, some vulnerability to one another, develop growth. And the fact that through that growth, it's actually me that gets better. You know what I mean? That really this team kind of heals the coach.
My father didn't like me very much, and someone told him I was good at basketball, and he paid a lot more attention to me. And I realized it wasn't me that he loved, it was what I could do.
You know, our father was such a hard-nosed basketball. I mean, he just really pressed Jack and pressured him so much in that arena. Beth is worried it could potentially break him. It actually provides this opening for him to get out of his own pain and start to take care of these other kids.
You know, to Angela, she is happy to have him use anything to try to pull him out of the hole that she has tried and failed to bring him out of on her own. Everybody deals with grief in a different way. And even though Jack and Angela have experienced the same event, it's manifesting in them in different ways. And I just really like playing somebody who knows that her only way through is to put her mask on before she puts on somebody else's.
The redemption is that, you know, you can't love somebody into making the right choices for themselves. You can just be there for them, and then when they're ready, you've always been there.
She has moved on, and she just hopes that, you know, basketball might be a glimmer for him. And I mean, if you watch the movie, you see how that goes for him.
We can't change the past, Jack. What we can do is choose how we move forward.
I think I heard Ben say this yesterday. If there was like a single thing that you wanted the audience to get, you would just hand it out at the beginning of the film when it starts on a little note card. The audience kind of has to explore it for themselves. And I think there's so many different messages within this movie that's gonna happen.
I mean, I have the same answer. Like, I try not to place anything on an audience because I think we all just bring our own personal experience to cinema, and then however they absorb the movie is gonna affect them.
I mean, there's so many people going through so many different things, and that you get to glimpse at it. Yeah, a lot of people will connect with Jack, but a lot of people will connect with some of the other people in his life and get something from everyone. So everyone's open to have their own journey.
I got a feeling this team is not as bad as its record. We have to trust each other.
We have to have faith.
My character was very content with being the underdog. I mean, he didn't see himself as the underdog. He didn't really see himself at all. He loved basketball, so he was gonna play it, but he was okay with just quietly playing it and loving it from a distance. With Jack's coming onto the team, that's reignited in him, and he can actually love it loud and trust himself and lead and retake the control of his passions and joys.